62-degree day here in Sioux City, Iowa. We have got a good matchup here tonight at the Tyson Event Center between the Fargo Force and the Sioux City Musketeers. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast booth. I'm Lonnie with you all here this evening. So glad you could be with us. If it sounds a little different tonight, it's because, well, I forgot the microphone to my headset back at my dorm. So, of course, I didn't realize that until we got here. So, so if the audio sounds a little weird tonight, that's why. So, but trust me, tomorrow night we'll be back with that. So, yeah. Well, I guess later on tonight as it airs, because we're back to pre-taping it instead of doing it live. So. But yeah, we'll start off with Fargo. They played 3 games last weekend. It was a little up and down, to say the least. They played Lincoln twice and Sioux Falls once. Fargo, they played a good game against Lincoln Friday night, but they just got outscored, and sometimes that does end up happening. And then Saturday night, it was pretty much a back-and-forth type of game, 50-50. But Lincoln pulled it out in a shootout, and then they got a big victory versus Sioux Falls, the top team in the West, on Sunday afternoon. So that was big for them, and yeah, they're hoping to do well tonight against the Sioux City team. We'll face them tonight and tomorrow night. Sioux City, they had a shocking weekend, to say the least. I don't think anybody expected Sioux City to pull out 2 victories against Muskegon, who's not only the defending champions, but a really good hockey team. So, yeah, they did well, to say the least. So, yeah. Let's take a look at the scratches for tonight's game. For Fargo, Colin Sisson and Zay Penner. For Sioux City, Gavin Gary, he got suspended, obviously, as you know, on last Saturday. And then Lenny Geiger and Dallas Potter, they're both healthy scratches. So, yeah, Fargo, they come in tonight at 29-14-3-2. That's 63 points on the air. Sioux City, 25-18-3-2. That is 55 points and tied for 3rd in the West. So, yeah, we're getting ready to go here. We had to start a few minutes late because of that. Not only tried to figure out how we would go through with tonight's broadcast, but I had to fill out some stuff. I got here about half an hour later than usual, so just had to do some things. But I got going late, and yeah, so anyway, coming up, we'll have the starting lineups. Well, the national anthem, then we'll have Fargo's starting lineup. I'll tell you about that, and then, yeah, we'll go from there. It'll be the first period.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the ice as tonight's national anthem is performed by Alicia Sanchez.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud
Alrighty, I think we're ready to go here this evening. Let's take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders for AJ White, 23, 8, 3, and 1. That's a 2.32 goals against average and a .913 save percentage with 2 shutouts. For Sioux City Ryder Shea, 11, 2, 0, and 0, a 3.47 goals against and a .894 save percentage. Fargo's lineup here quickly. Their starting lineup: at left wing Saxton Tuss, at center Nate Delladonna, at right wing Jack Tor, at left defense Stepan Cherney, and Garrett Lindberg at right defense. So should be a fun one here tonight. I'm excited. Hopefully all of you are. This should be a big matchup here between second and, well, basically call it third place. Sioux City deserves third place more than Tri-City does, so yeah, just a little reminder once again, if the audio sounds a little weird, it's because, you know, I made a mistake. Simply enough. I wonder if I could do this. No, that's not going to work. I tried to make it look like I was calling somebody. Nope. I just hope that's not a precursor as to what's going to happen tonight. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, it's time to play the game, all right. Heck yeah, it is. Yeah, we are. Taking the draw will be Kyle O'Leary and Nate Delladonna. And we're off and underway here in Sioux City. Fargo wins the draw. It's taken there by Garrett Lindberg, son off the boards. Down into the corner. Stanger will get it behind the net. Stanger feeds it on. D'Alessandro around the boards into the hands of Poliski. Here's O'Leary up the right side. O'Leary gets hit into the boards there by Tor. Now it's sent back up there by Lindberg. Off the boards into the corner there for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro, long toss, tip there, Poliski. Into the hands of Cherney. Cherney feeds it on over Lindberg, sent up the right side. Deflected there by Tor down into the corner. Here's Shane Gold now with it. Gold out toward center. Gold off the skate there of Mason West. Into the hands now of Trey Jeffress. Here's Jeffress, mishandled there by Tomko. Now McNamara sends it back in the other way. Fickthorn, well, it was supposed to be Ryder Shea, but I guess it's Jack Fickthorn, so I don't probably see Ryder tomorrow night then, if I had to guess. But here's McNamara with it. McNamara on Lofgren, throws it down wide of Fickthorn behind the net. There's Derek Olsen. Olsen into the hands of Shane Gold. Here he comes out towards center. Gold towards the right side there for Tomko. Tomko, nice pass in front. Got deflected there by Cullen McCrate. Back behind the net. McCrate. Now Sagadin sends it off there for Lofgren. Lofgren sends it back towards behind. Nick Kosiba with it. Blocked away there by Derek Olsen. Down there in the corner, that's Jones with it. Jones there for Cullen. The blue line, Lindberg up the left side. Lindberg in. Shot got deflected behind the net. Lindberg in front there for Jones. Here's Jones. Off the boards there, Marchenko to Kosiba, blocked there by Jeffress, but it's still gone into the hands of Jones. Jones sent out there for Marchenko. Now to Lindberg. Lindberg in the circle. Lindberg sent back behind the net there, Kosiba with it. Kosiba, pass on across, cannot connect there with Graham Jones. Jones on out, Arseny Marchenko. Blocked there by Tomko. Picked up there by Lindberg. Poke checks it back in there. Kosiba. Now Gold sends it off the boards. Tomko can't get a handle on it. Marchenko with it there at center. Sent back behind there for Lindberg, their captain. Now Kosiba. And in the hands there of Gavin Carr. Carr sent one over there. Christian Lyons off the boards. Down there into the corner. Behind the net, AJ White sends it around the boards there for Carr. Carr now. Anderson mishandled there by Votney. Out towards center. Here's Zugic with it. Zugic now. Sipniewski shot stopped there by Fickthorn. He didn't even really get a shot off there, but here's Anderson with it up there. Into the hands of Cherney. Now Aiden Dyer with it, picked up there by Cullen McCrate. Here's McCrate there for Zugic out towards the blue line. Christian Lyons with it, picked up there by Saganin. Here's Saganin. There now Sipnewski into the corner, feeds it back behind the net. Aiden Dyer in the corner. Dyer off the boards towards the blue line. Marchenko with it. Marchenko down into the corner. It's Stanger back behind there for Lyons. Now Daniil Booten with it, picked up there. Tor sent back in behind the net of Fickthorn. Plays it back there for Stanger. Here's Stanger with it. DePoirier through the stick of Bailey off the boards. This should go for icing, and it does.
My favorite is when I have people who just live in my house, and then they come in and it's
so face-off will come now to the left of Fickthorn.
And then they come in and it's so simple.
Let's see here. It'll be Martineau and Belladonna at the face-off. Kind of interesting. Fargo started their third line with Belladonna, Tor, and Tess, but Gio, take me hard to go. Okay, sorry. I had to get that out. Here's Bailey with it out towards center. Bailey sent down into the corner wide of A.J. White. Here's Cherney with it. Cherney there for Tor towards center. Tor sends it back behind the net of Fickthorn. Boy, Fickthorn thought it went one way and the puck went the other. Here's Booten with it. Or maybe he just knew that nothing was going to happen. That could be too. Here's Tess with it now. Tess is sent into the boards there by Poirier, and a scramble for Booten. Poke checks behind the net. There's Stanger with it. Stanger off the boards, mishandled there by Dakota Bailey. Bailey back behind the net. Bailey sent off the boards towards center. Martineau's there. Belladonna sent back behind the net there. Cullen McCrate. McCrate took a funny hop off the corner boards, but and in fact, Olenkamp was there, but just really couldn't get a shot off. There's a shot save made by Fickthorn. Hit his glove, but he didn't handle it. Here's Tomko with it. Tomko out towards center. Tomko picked up there by Luke Gary. Gary, a shot save made by A.J. White.
Fans, tonight's game is proudly sponsored by Knife River. When it comes to building strong communities, Knife River is a name you can trust. From construction materials to infrastructure that keeps our region moving forward. Knife River is proud to support the community.
Face-off will come to the right of Marchenko.
They provide tonight's free hats and response.
Tomko will take the draw here with, if I could see, it looks like it's Mason West. Yeah, West wins the draw. I know it's gray numbers and letters on a black background. That fits well. Olenkamp, shot got blocked, rebound, gloved up there by Fickthorn. Yeah, Olenkamp acquired in a trade with Madison. They set Eero Butella over to Madison in exchange for him. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Section 106, and this is your Crazy Cruise chiropractic question of the game. Who am I standing here with? Daryl and Hannah. All right, so what we're going to do, the doc is going to ask you a question up on the board, and we can just see if you can get it right. Sound easy? All right, what's the question of the game?
Your Crazy Cruise question is, which part of the body has the most bones?
Hand, head, foot, or chest? Which one you thinking? I'm thinking hand. Let's see if he's right.
If you said C, but you're correct.
Still, either way, if you're right or wrong, I'm still going to send you for the prize because you're such a great sport. Can I get you a loud for Let's Go Muskies? Let's Go Muskies!
Here at chiropractic, we strive at fighting the cause of pain.
Welcome back, everybody. Face-off will come to the left of Fickthorn. Mason West will take the draw with Dyer. Apparently West is a star quarterback. Was for his high school football team. But I guess he's committed to playing hockey, even though football's probably his better sport. Here's Anderson with it. Anderson sent back down there with Cherney. Now Olenkamp sent back the other way. Here's McNamara with it. McNamara for West. Across. Woodberg can't handle that one. Now it's Dyer for Anderson. Sent out towards the right side for Poliski. Poliski up the right side. That's Gold with it. Poliski sent back in there for Dyer. Dyer now to Shane Gold with it. Gold, Dyer got tripped up. They waited a second to call it, and now they will, and Fargo will have a penalty assessed to them, and it's Mason West, the star quarterback we were just talking about. Maybe he's not as good at hockey. Anyway, tripping will be the call at 5:44. Sioux City will have a power play. Their power play's third in the league, so we will see how that goes. Face-off coming left of White. It's one. Marchenko sends it all the way down ice immediately after the face-off. Here's Fickthorn with it. Fickthorn back behind the net there for Shane Gold. Gold feeds it up the right side there for Ashton Schultz. Now to William Tomko. Picked up there by Luke Gary. Schultz playing in his 5th game as a Musketeer. He's got 4 points as he's got 5 points in 4 games as a Musketeer. There we go. Here's Gold with it, forced out towards center. Gold had Cullen in his way. Gold on over there to Schultz, back for Tomko. Tomko up the right side. Here's Tomko in the circle, pass out in front. It's Luke Gary, shot save made by White, and it's cleared. Got 1:07 left to go here on the Muskies power play. Trust me, nobody heard what he said. Here's Luke Gary with it. Crossing center. Gary sent back down there for Gold, and now it's cleared again, this time by Deladonna. Behind the net, Fickthorn picks this one up. Fickthorn stands there, hands it off for Stanger. Stanger sent out towards center. Stanger back there for O'Leary. O'Leary back there for Jeffress. Now O'Leary shot stop. There's Olsen with it. Olsen down there in the corner. Olenkamp sends it off the boards down ice. Taken there by Mason Stanger behind the net. Stanger on back there for Derek Olsen. Here's Olsen. Or O'Leary now with it. O'Leary sent back there for Olsen. Olsen now to Stanger. Stanger back behind. There for Jeffress. There's Stanger. Fargo back at full strength, so a nice penalty kill for them. Now it's Olsen from the point. Shot one went wide. Jeffress with it now. Jeffress sent out towards center. Picked up there by Marchenko. Marchenko for West. Puck is sent out towards center. West and Carr are in a foot race for it. Now picked up there by Max Anderson. Anderson now for Jeffress up the right side. Here's Jeffress with it in on White. Shot went wide behind the net. That's Martinu with it now. Zugig gets a hand on it. Now first forced out towards center there for Derek Carr. Not Derek Carr. Not the QB Carr. The defenseman Gavin Carr. There we go. Now we got that right. Shot off the boards there for Gavin Carr. Carr sent down just a little wide there of A.J. White. There's Cherney with it. Cherney sent towards the right side. Kosiba played it offsides. I think I knocked my water over, so let me get that. Don't know why my phone does that, but face-off will come in front of the Musketeers bench. Dyer will take the draw with Brooks Cullen. Cullen wins the draw. Wasn't clean, but he won it anyway. Here's Cherney with it now. Cherney sent back behind the net there of Fickthorn. Now for Poirier with it. Poirier. Now Poliski sends it up there for Dyer. Dyer into the hands of Cherney now. Cherney. Now Dyer somehow kept it in. I don't know how, but here's Dyer with it. Tip Poliski behind the net. Dyer now with it. And a scramble for boy. Poliski just shoves a guy into the boards, as he should. Here's Lindbergh with it, feeds it on Kosiba. Blocked aside by Fickthorn, then a shot by Jones, went up off the glass. Here's Poirier, mishandled there by Dyer, but picked up there by Greeder, there we go. I got that wrong. Here's D'Alessandro with it, puck sent off the boards towards center. Here's Bryce Mattern with it now. Mattern sent back behind the net of Fickthorn. D'Alessandro sends it up for Ashton Schultz. Schultz off the boards into the hands of Luke Gehry, but Schultz comes up with it. Here's Schultz, loses control of it, and then got roughed up. No penalty called. Surprise, surprise. Here's Mattern with it. Mattern, shot, save, Fickthorn, and he dives and covers it up.
Fans, are you looking to change your life for the better? Change your look, drop some pounds, and get into shape? Go with FGO, Live Fitness. For beginners to elite athletes like Muskies, the training staff and state-of-the-art facility at Thrive Fitness will help you get the results you've been waiting for. Thrive Fitness, the official fitness center of the Sioux City Musketeers, located in the old Gateway Building in North Sioux City.
Face-off will come to the left here. Fickthorn. Tomka will take the draw with Mason West. Tomka wins the draw. Gets back behind there to Shane Gold. Gold now for Anderson. Picked up there for Tomko. Tomko now Anderson plays it offsides. Nice. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Media timeout.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your Fremont Tire slip and slide. What these four gentlemen are going to do, they're each going to go against each other. No, you're going to go that way. What are you doing? We're going to be racing against each other. First person down to the goal line is going to be your winner for the night. Ready? Ready? On your mark, get set, go! And we're off. The left lane saved a little bit of a lead here. Keep moving, right lane, turn it up. Oh no! Oh no! I think we need to know who's going to win. Alright guys, let's go. That is your Fremont Tire slip and slide. Don't let your car slip and slide just because of bad tires. Go to Fremont Tire. They know how to keep you rolling.
Welcome back, everybody. 9:55 left to go here in this first. We're tied up at 0 apiece. Shots 4-3 in favor of Fargo. Fargo farts. Farce, farts, whatever you want to call them. Face-off will come in front of the penalty box across from the Fargo bench. Tomka will take the draw with Mason West. Tomka wins the draw, gets back to Gold, sends it on over there for Derek Olson. Sent off the boards back behind the net, and they called that an icing? Or did they call it offsides? Offsides, baby, but definitely not icing. Yeah, Olson, he scored 3 goals last weekend versus Muskegon. I believe, if I remember correctly, he got 1 Friday and then the other 2 Saturday night. Face-offs 1. Puck will be sent into the hands there of A.J. White, picked up there by Nate Deladonna, sent out towards center, feeds it back behind the net, tipped there by A.J. White. Now it's Cullen McCrate with it. McCrate into the hands there of Owen Camp, intercepted there by Trey Jeffress. If he could have broken free, that would have been a nice breakaway. McNamara with it. Jeffress pokes it in. Jeffress feeds it on there for Tomko. Tomko now into the hands of Shane Gold. Spins around a defender now. Mason West with it. There's Jeffress sent back in behind the net of Fickthorn. Picked up there by Derek Olson. Olson sends it on over to Shane Gold. Gold just kind of stands there behind the net. Here's Gold with it now. Gold pressures on from Deladonna. He gets it off to Gavin Carr. Boy, Deladonna can't help but be a menace, that's for sure. Here's Martineau with it up the right side. Martineau feeds it on over Booten. Nice pass back behind, but it's sent into the hands there of Dakota Bailey. Into the corner, back behind the net. Deladonna is there. Deladonna on back there for Sexton Tess. Tess out towards center. Picked up by Tess. Here's Lyons. Popped up into the air. Deladonna with it. Now there for Bailey. Bailey at center. Oh boy, somebody got hit hard. That was Tess, and a penalty is coming up. I think he was acting a little bit on that one because he lost his stick and both his gloves. Well, he got kneed, but I don't think his gloves or stick just came off without him flying them off. So they'll give Carr 2 minutes for kneeing as long as it's just 2 and not 5, because that could have easily been turned into 5. But we locked down on that one.
This conduct's brought to you by Mixed Law.
Unless they gave him a 2 and a 10, but no, they're just going to give him the 2, is what it looks like.
Number 25, Gavin Carr, 2 minutes for knee.
That one's at 11:39 of period number 1. Face-offs one. Here's Cherney with it. Back there at the blue line. Cherney now for Lofgren. Sent back in for Jones. And nicely cleared out by Luke Gary. Into the hands there of A.J. White. He'll leave it there for Cherney. Cherney towards center. Picked up there by Mason West. Pressure on though by D'Alessandro. West now picked up there by Graham Jones. Here's Jones out there for Lofgren at the blue line. Lofgren kind of skates around. There's Cherney with it. Cherney shot. Got blocked there by Fickthorn. Now it's Dyer with it down there in the corner in a scramble for. Christian Lyons with it behind the net line. Sent off the boards. Into the hands of Lofgren. Lofgren now for Cherney with it. Cherney back for Lofgren. Lofgren to Cherney. Cherney to Lofgren. Lofgren gets a little shove from Dyer. Now it's Kosiba with it in the corner. Kosiba sent back behind to Mason West. West now Lofgren. Shot got blocked. That might have been by his own guy. Here's Cherney with it. Cherney on Lofgren. One-time shot got blocked by Lyons. A little shaken up from it, but we'll take it. Probably one of our best, if not the best defenseman on our team, Christian Lyons. I think that kind of goes without saying. Here's Olsen with it in the corner. Oh, he's taken down there by Owen Camp. No penalty called, because why wouldn't there be? McNamara there for Lindbergh. Back for McNamara. Back to Lindbergh at the blue line. Now to Deladonna. Deladonna in the circle. Back there, Owen Camp out in front. A shot, he scores. McNamara gets it on the board first. It's a power play goal. Just like that, it's 1-0. You bet the players are going to play. Which ones? Time of the goal, 13:28. I'm landing on my feet. Okay, that was kind of dumb. Puck taken down there into the corner for, oh no, it went out of play. I guess, I don't know. I didn't see it go out of play, so that means it probably never happened. Whoops. You don't need to give those Fargo farts any airtime. Tomko and Sagatin on the draw. Tomko wins it. Here's Fickthorn with it into the hands of Poirier. Poirier batted down there by Kosiba. Here's Votney with it in the neutral zone. Hands it off there for Gold. Gold up the right side. Gold. And a shot save made there by A.J. White. That's Tomko with it. Spins around a guy. Tomko behind the net. Off the boards there for Shane Gold. Here's Gold with that. Gold. A shot got blocked there in front. Taken there by, who was that? 18 or 13? 18. Sipniewski. Sipniewski now. Tomko with it. Back the other way. Here's Tomko with it there for Schultz. Schultz, a shot save made by A.J. White. Oh, who cares? Well, for McNamara, that's his 15th goal on the year. Nowhere near the top 20, that's for sure.
Musketeers power play zone. Presented
Let's
by
see. Face off will come to the left, or to the right, excuse me, of White. Face off's one. Here's Martineau with it, sent out towards center. Puck taken back behind the net there now for Jones with it now. Jones sent out towards center. Here Saxton Tess with it. Tess feeds it on back there. Martineau picked up there for Soar. Now Anderson with it. Anderson sends it back in the other way. Anderson sends it out towards center there for Stanger. Stanger sends it back behind the net there of A.J. White. Now Martineau kind of pushes Graham Greeter into the corner. There's Marchenko with it. Marchenko sent down into the corner. Now for Saxton Tess. Tess back behind the net. Deladonna's there. So is Martineau. Deladonna. Card gets tripped up. No penalty called, of course, because why would there be? Here's Tess with it out there for Lindbergh. Lindbergh to Cherney. The incompetency of the refs already. Here's Olenkamp. Shot save made. Well, it got blocked, actually, I should say. Puck sent out towards center there for Cherney. Cherney now there for Tess. Sent back behind the net there. Fickthorn. Fickthorn picked up there by Gavin Carr. Carr sent off the boards. Luke Gehry now with it. Picked up there for Cherney. Cherney now to Jeffress. Carr spun around there at center. Olenkamp in a scramble for, and now it's sent back behind the net of Fickthorn. 4:13 left to go here in this first period. Here's O'Leary with it. O'Leary there for Luke Gehry. Into the hands of Axel Lofgren. Lofgren picked up there by Shane Gould. Gould in the circle. Nice pass there for O'Leary. Here's O'Leary towards center. Now intercepted there by Mason West. West sends it back behind the net. Touch there by Kosiba. Kosiba down there in the corner. Sent out for Lofgren. Lofgren on over across. McNamara with it. McNamara for Lofgren. On over to Kosiba. Kosiba to Lofgren at the blue line. On back a shot save made by Fickthorn from Cullen McCrate.
The Marriott South Sioux City Riverfront is the official host hotel of your Musketeers.
3:32 left to go here in this first. Face-off will come to the right of Fickthorn. Cullen will take the draw with Aiden Dyer. Well, Fargo, when they score first, as they just did here, they're 18-2, 2-1 on the year. So, something to look out for. Here's Greeter with it. Greeter sent down into the corner. Olsen, and now it looks like we're going to have a penalty coming up. It'll be a high stick on Derek Olsen, which is just lovely. So 16:39, exactly 5 minutes after their first. Feels like this, so you do it like that. Come on, shake, 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 shake it.
Fixing and Lawford. Cross-check your case at 712-255-8036.
Face-off will come to the left here of Fickthorn. Face-off's one, while Fargo's only goal, the only goal of this game so far, was scored on the power play. And here's Jeffress in shorthanded, a shot saved by White. He leads the league in shorthanders with 4, so I mean, he's just so good. Lofgren on over there for Cherney. Cherney down there for Graham Jones. Jones in the circle. Jones off the boards there for Lofgren. Lofgren to Cherney. A little deflected there by O'Leary. Shot stopped by Fickthorn. Coming up on the intermission, we'll have the Ring of Honor ceremony. I wish we could have brought that to you live, but I forgot my microphone, so those things happen, don't they? Dyer will take the draw with Kosiba. Face-offs one. Here's Gavin Carr with it. Carr sent back down into the corner there for Christian Lyons. Picked up there Kosiba. Here's Lofgren with it. Lofgren there for Cherney. Cherney in the corner there. Kosiba with it. On out for Lofgren. Lofgren back there for Kosiba. Kosiba towards the blue line. Cherney with it. Cherney there to Lofgren. Lofgren shot went wide of Fickthorn, just a little wide. Here's Mason West with it down there in the corner there for Carr. Here's Aiden Dyer with it 2-on-2. Dyer, nice moves, but he just lost control of the puck. 53 seconds left to go on the Fargo power play. 2:10 left to go in this first. Uh-oh, Stanger slipped and fell with the puck, but he was still able to get it to Luke Gary. Now he gives it to Dyer there at center. Dyer off the boards into the hands of McNamara. McNamara towards center, spins around Luke Gary. Here's McNamara, spun around Poirier, and a shot was stopped by Fickthorn. Whoa, baby, a couple of nice moves, and Fickthorn was like, you're not going to get past me. Standing on the highway, looking for adventure. There it goes. There we go. Face-off will come to the left of Fickthorn. O'Leary will take the job with Brooks Cohen. And a false start on the draw. And of course it wasn't the linesman that dropped the puck who called that. Well, now the one referee's going to the scores table. Only something bad can come out of this, I'll tell you that. Okay, now I guess we're ready to go. It's a little stupid, but face-offs one. Here's Cullen with it down there into the corner. Christian Lyons with it. Lyons off the boards. It goes all the way down ice into the hands there of A.J. White. White played 2 games for us back during the 23-24 season. 3 seasons ago already, that was. My goodness. Uh-oh, Lindbergh fumbled the puck at the blue line. Lindbergh there for McNamara. Back to Lindbergh. Lindbergh. I don't know where he was trying to pass that to. He just has to go and get it himself. Olsen back at full strength. Lindbergh off the glass, down. Now Fickthorn throws it into the corner there for Shane Gould. Now Ashton Schultz with it. Here's Schultz with it out towards center. Schultz up the left side, got around Colin McCrate. Here's Schultz there to Derek Olsen. Shot stopped by A.J. White. Got 1:01 left to go here in this first. Face-off will come to the right here of A.J. White. Schultz will take the draw with Sagaden. Face-offs one. 1 minute now officially left to go here in this first. This has gone quick, and it's out of play. It went onto the little banner. Went up onto the banner that the Muskies have hanging up there. Boy, got it right on target at least. 54.9 seconds left. Face-off will come in front of the penalty box across from the Musketeers bench. Face-offs one. Here's Tess with it. Picked up there by Marchenko. Marchenko on over Colin McCrate. Now give away. Here's Schultz with it. Schultz pass across. Could not connect with Tomko. Went right through his legs. Here's Sagaden with it. Gould was there immediately to get it away from him. Now it's Vatne up the right side. Vatne. Nice pass across. Tomko out there in front. Intercepted Tess. Oh, he slipped and fell with the puck. Here's Derek Olsen with it. Sent back behind the net. 24 seconds left to go. Gould lets it go to Tomko. On over to Derek Olsen. A shot went wide. Gould can't get to that. But Sagaden does. There for Tess. 3-on-2. Tess just randomly covered up by Fickthorn. Uh-oh, got some Little extras going on afterwards. Gold tried to go after a bigger guy. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be helpful for him. Gold, he might be a defenseman, but he's only 5'9", 147, so McNamara 6'2" and a half and 187, so I imagine that would not have gone well. Gold is just a scoring defenseman. I mean, he leads all defensemen in goals, assists, points. Got 11, 34, and 45 on the year, so there you go. West will take the draw with Aiden Dyer. Face-off will come to the right of Fickthorn. And West gets kicked out. See, I told you he should have stuck to football. Now McNamara comes in. Face-off's won there by Dyer. Sent back down behind the net there for Christian Lyons. Then off the boards all the way down well, not quite all the way, just to center. It's dumped down into the corner there for Lindbergh, and we're going to run out of time for this first period. 1-0 Fargo with the lead. Fargo leads the shots 10-7 at the end of one period of play. So any minute now, once the teams get off the ice, we'll have the Ring of Honor ceremony here. Mike Race, or Raps, or I don't know how you pronounce it. He's part of the amazing 85-86 team, probably the best team in Musketeers history, well, by far. 2 130-point getters in just 48 games, and Racer, as he's known, was one of them. So there you go. Oh yeah, Derek Olson named Defenseman of the Week, so there you go.
Yeah, let the old people out.
Well, Sioux City, they didn't play bad, but they didn't necessarily play all that great either.
Continue to be physical and just keep getting pucks on fast.
Derek Olson, everybody.
So there we go. They're rolling out the Musketeers carpet. Real fancy, even fancier than a red carpet, I'll tell you that much. In fact, the intermission's extended too as well, so there you go. So we'll send it down ice here, I think. Any minute to CEO of the Musketeers, Travis Morgan. Yep, right now. And then we'll send it straight into break.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just started this a few years ago, and it is the Musketeers Ring of Honor ceremony. And tonight, we are bringing in the family. It's already been in the family, but we're bringing in the Ring of Honor someone that is synonymous with our brand. In 1985 and 86, we had a team that was unstoppable in a lot of different ways. And number 10 was a big reason why they were so darn good. Mike Grace, ladies and gentlemen, is the highest scoring American-born player in one season in USHL history, and he is a Musketeer. To give you an idea of just how dominant the Racer was, we've created this video for you, Mike.
In the fall of 1985, Mike Race endeared himself to the fans faster than any other player in Musketeers history.
Very first game that we saw was a 5-minute game. And we had an assist too, by the way. So we knew we were good.
He'd had one more 5-goal game later that season to become the only player in league history with 2 5-goal games. Nicknamed the Racer, number 10 certainly lived up to his namesake.
We would say Sioux City Gold, number 10, the Racer. Mike Race, I would go crazy just because his last name was Race. Racer went for the fact that you couldn't catch him. He was one of arguably, if not the fastest skater in the league that time.
In just 48 games, Race scored 55 goals and added 77 assists for 132 total points, which ranks second all time in league history. Muskies fans knew it wasn't a question of if Mike would score, it was how many.
I'm shelf, 5-hole. He's going to score on you every way imaginable. Short-handed, power play, full strength. When Race wasn't on the ice, he was just so much fun to watch. You knew he'd score, and he'd score in just every way imaginable. He was voted most popular musketeer on the team that year, on the star-laden team. Mike Race was the most popular player that year.
During the season, you don't appreciate it. Looking back on it, I'm just glad and fortunate that I was able to play with Mike, and I can't think of anyone more deserving than the Racer. Congratulations, my friend, and welcome to the club.
That was Scott Shopstall, who jumped in. And as he said, welcome to the club. Mike Race, welcome to the Musketeer Ring of Honor. You know, we've been in contact for a few years now. I love the way that you talk about Sioux City. You talk about that with as much pride as anything else. Can you tell the fans what this town, what this hockey team means to you?
Yeah, Travis, thank you, and I appreciate everybody coming out tonight to support the Musketeers. All of us had jobs in the city. We were part of the community. Our billets were extremely nice to us, and the city accepted us, and we had a great time in winning games, but cheering at the fans. Back at the old auditorium, it was very loud, and we did have a lot of people come out. But I remember working at the corner store while I was going to college at the same time, and carrying groceries out for the fans, and it was quite an honor to be able to work with them and be able to meet with them on a daily basis.
What is your favorite memory of being a Sioux City Musketeer?
I think it was the first day that we pulled in. We didn't know where to go. We came here on a tryout, and we just went to the box office. And we knocked on the door and we said, hey, we're invited by Bob Ferguson to try out for the Musketeers. We don't know where to go. So right from there, they walked us in and showed us the auditorium, and we met the whole staff. And from then on, it was just a tremendous season.
40 years later, here we are. Tell us, where is Mike Race these days, and what are you up to?
Yeah, I live in Atlanta. I have 2 children. I have a son that plays hockey as well, and I was fortunate enough to coach him for his first 4 or 5 years. I have a daughter who was 14. She's about ready to go into high school. I called Atlanta my home for the last 20 years, and I'm originally from Detroit.
Do you ever skate anymore at all?
I do. I played in some older person's league. But yes, we've got an over 35, and we've got I try to get out and skate. Not so much this year, but traveling with my son, but I do like to get out and play.
Mike, congratulations on being a part of the Musketeers Ring of Honor. You ask a lot of people in this town, they still say, number 10 is one of the best they've ever seen. Mike Race. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, for the newest member of the Ring